Support this podcast by blasting that like button, sharing the stream, and subscribing right now. Nintendo news, viewer questions, player spotlight, and our Nintendo Time Portal is all coming up. Stay tuned! The Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast starts shortly. the audio version of the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast on iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud, or Player FM. Gamers, get ready! The Nintendo Chit Chat podcast with your hosts Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard starts right now.
We're going live all night with Eddy Ray, so get hype. Subscribe to be notified when he's streaming, so you don't miss when he's playing Doom, slaying creatures and demons, or Payday 2, robbing banks like a G, and Rocket League, driving cars, best believe he's gonna get a goal, yeah, he's always winning. Rated E for Eddy Ray, watch him play, stream away. Rated E for everyone, subscribe so you don't miss the fun. You're sitting on the edge of your seat, so anxious you're clenching your teeth when he's shooting with his fantasy team and paladins, the champions. You don't wanna miss this, put them in your subscriptions. Rated E for Eddy Ray, watch him play, stream away. Rated E for everyone, subscribe so you don't miss the fun.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast. Eddy Ray with you here on Thursday, August 23rd, 2018. Episode 32, titled HackyZack. Not HackyZack, HackyZack. We talked about this last week. It's available right now in the Switch eShop. This is an indie title. It's a game where you play Zack and you juggle balls with unique properties through platforming puzzles to a goal at the end of each stage. You can also help Zack fill his treasure book with stickers to unlock optional challenge levels. And that is HackyZack, and that's the name of the podcast tonight, episode 32. So welcome, guys. Welcome to all of you on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate the likes and the shares. Let's grow the numbers here. We get a lot of subscribers and followers, but nobody's watching. So let's get some people on board, guys. We appreciate the shares, the likes, everything you can do to help us out here. Samantha, our writer, just shared on Facebook, so thank you very much, Samantha, for doing so. We've got Anita in chat, Dank, Yoshi. Let's see, who else is in chat? There's a Japanese name, I can't pronounce that. But we got some hearts and likes going across the screen, too, from Facebook, so thanks, guys, for that. We have our Turtle Pop game code to give away, our final one. We got Rabbit in chat, too. Ice Climber, good to see you guys. So yeah, Turtle Pop, the last Switch game code, thanks to Turtle Pop and the developers, publishers of that game. The winner for that one goes to Christina. We only had 2 people actually on Facebook sign up for that contest, so she had a 50% chance of winning, and she won. So congratulations, Christina. If you guys know where she's at, let me know. I'm not sure if she's in chat, she's probably at work, but I will definitely DM her on Twitter or Discord. And congratulations, Christina, for the digital code of Turtle Pop, a pretty cool puzzle platforming game which we checked out a few weeks back on Facebook and YouTube. So this week has been crazy, guys. Probably the busiest week post E3, which is back in June. And here we are almost in September, so we've had some slower weeks, but this week has been crazy. Before we get into all of it, we'll take a short break here. Don't forget, guys, Facebook is actually giving out free stars right now. So if you're watching us on Facebook, do check your account for some free stars. They may show up in your account thanks to Facebook. And you can send them to us as a donation on Facebook. Or we also have Streamlabs set up on YouTube and Super Chat too. So we'll bring Samantha on the line here, guys, after our break. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Good to see you guys, and Fluffy too. Hang tight.
You're listening to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast with your host, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard. We'll be right back after the short break. Grab the audio version of the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast on iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud, or Player FM. You're listening to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast with your host, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard.
All right, guys. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Brian. Hello, Jessica on Facebook. Good to see you all. And welcome, guys. So back to episode 32 of the podcast this week. As I was saying, this is a crazy week. So we have Samantha Lienhard, our writer-editor, back on the line. Samantha, welcome back to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast.
Thank you.
And we were talking a little bit on Facebook Messenger via DM about how we normally usually schedule the news bites to go up on Tuesday, right?
Right, yeah. Usually get it ready on Monday with the first few pieces of news and then schedule it for Tuesday.
But this week was a bit different because we had a bunch of news actually, I guess, fill up on Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday morning was the surprise indie highlights video. And between that and some of the other announcements coming out, by Monday morning and early afternoon, there were already so many announcements that I posted it on Monday instead.
Awesome. So it should be a pretty fun podcast. So welcome, everybody. And let's get right into it with Samantha here. So the Nintendo Switch news. Again, we have the Nintendo UK posting a surprise indie highlights presentation. I didn't get a chance to watch it. How long was that, Samantha? Do you know?
I don't remember how long it was, but a lot of the early things that show up here in the article will be from that. And then we've got another one coming up, too.
Great. And this is mostly showcasing things, I guess, for maybe early next year. Is that right? Are you there? Uh-oh. You're talking, but I don't hear you. Interesting. There you go. You're back. That was really weird.
Okay,
You dropped out.
now?
Yeah, you dropped out.
Okay.
So what I was saying is most of these that were in the presentation, are they for like early next year, I guess?
Yeah, I was saying that some of them were even like out now. Like the announcement was available now. Some were for later this year. Then there were some for next year.
Excellent.
I think one of the ones that was 2019, I think that was in it too. So it went kind of far, but some closer, some further. And I just checked. It was a 22-minute video.
Okay, wow, 22 minutes. Awesome. So let's get into it. Cody actually asked on Facebook here, Nintendo Switch will get online play. Is that true? It actually already has online play. It's getting paid online play, if that makes sense. But of course, all of the free-to-play games will remain that way, free-to-play. So you don't actually have to have the paid service to play those free-to-play games, including a new one coming out, Arena of Valor, which we'll get to in a little bit. So let's kick things off here with the presentation. As you mentioned, Nintendo of America also announced an indie showcase for August 28th, which is 5 days away at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so that would be noon East Coast time. But let's get into some of these games that they talked about for this Nindies highlights from the UK. We have Nightcall coming to the Switch as well as PC in early 2019. And tell us more about Nightcall if you can, Samantha.
Yeah, so this is a mystery game where you play as a taxi driver who is trying to investigate this mystery at the same time. So from what I understand, you have to like balance the two things. So you have to do your job as a taxi driver, but then you also have to get information out of people while you're driving them and decide, I guess, who to take and how to balance your time so that you can manage everything.
Interesting. It sounds like a pretty cool game then, and that is Nightcall. Excellent. Moving along in our news bites here, we have This War of Mine is coming to the Switch in November. And This War of Mine is, what kind of game, Samantha?
Yeah, so this is a survival game set during a war, but you're playing as a group of survivors. So you're trying to survive and trying to get food and things like that. So I've heard of this one before. This one is out on the PC, I believe, already.
I think so, yeah. Yep, so PC, and you said this is a survival type game, so you got to be, I guess, getting food, medicine, and also there'll be constant danger from snipers and scavengers too as you're looting places, so be very careful of that. The game provides an experience of war seen from an entirely new angle. And again, This War of Mine. Very cool. Moving on to Everspace, the Stellar Edition coming to the Switch, getting both physical and digital copies for December, is that right?
Yes, yes. So this one is sort of a space shooter sort of game. So you'll be flying through space, and it's also got roguelike elements. We've certainly got a lot of those.
Excellent, yeah.
So I think it's part exploration as you're exploring the universe, but also shooting and looting and all those sorts of things.
Excellent. I think the Switch needs more space-based games, just my opinion there. I'm really a fan of space, and I kind of like games like this, so keeping my eye on that. Everspace, again, this is the Stellar Edition coming to the Switch in December, so it'll be a good holiday title, I think. All right, so Baba Is You, B-A-B-A, Baba Is You, has been announced for this fall, and Baba Is You is a puzzle game, I believe. Right, Samantha?
Yes, and so the odd thing about this puzzle game is that the rules of the level are like blocks that you can actually interact with. And so by doing this, you can change the goal or change what certain things do in the level to succeed. So one of the examples in the trailer or on the website is like a thing where it says that the wall means stop, and then the player pushes that stop away, and then they can go through the wall. So an interesting twist on puzzle gaming.
Yeah, for sure. It seems pretty intriguing to me. And the title is kind of interesting as well. So Baba Is You is that one. All right, moving along. We have Slay the Spire coming to the Switch in early 2019. And I guess this is actually a combination of like a card game and roguelike, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Excellent. So looks like it's a single-player game using the deck builder. Craft a unique deck, encounter bizarre creatures, discover relics of immense power, and slay the spire. So, the card game here coming to the Switch with some pretty cool mechanics and elements in it. All right. What's next here? We actually have Windjammers too, which we talked about, I think, Windjammers, the first one, last week, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, last week we had the announcement, oh, Windjammers is coming to the Switch. That's cool. And so when they brought it up in the Indie Highlights presentation, they followed it up by saying, by the way, we're making a new one. So Windjammers 2 is coming out. And so this is going to have new stages, new players, online gameplay.
Excellent.
So it's pretty exciting, especially if you like the original Windjammers.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense of why they're bringing the original to the Switch then. Bring the second one as well then. That's cool. So Windjammers 2, and again, Windjammers will also be out. I forget when we, was that a date for that one coming out? We talked about last week. I forget already, but...
No, the date was announced this week, so...
Oh, wow. There we go. Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah, I remember actually seeing that later on. Okay, cool. So we'll get to that in a little bit, guys, then. Excellent. So, all right, guys, on YouTube and Facebook, hello. Hello, Anita. Hello, Fluffy. Hello, Fernando. I'll keep up with the comments as much as I can here. I got Yoshi on Facebook. Thanks for the likes and hearts. If you guys have stars in your account on Facebook, do send them our way. We could use the support for this podcast because it costs money to do this every week. All right, so moving along, from Windjammers 2, we go to Prison Architect, the Nintendo Switch edition, available right now. And there's a new mode coming as well this summer called the Escape Mode. But I guess first off, tell us what Prison Architect is, Samantha.
Yeah, so Prison Architect is a sort of prison simulation game where it's got a top-down view, and you will be building and then managing your prison. And so now the Switch version is coming with the, I believe, two DLCs that were already released. Those are included, and then the new mode, Escape Mode, which I believe is already out in the PC version, they said that that will be coming this summer as well.
Excellent. So if you like these kind of simulation games, guys, do check out Prison Architect, available right now with the Escape Mode coming this summer. All right, Underworld Ascendant is coming to consoles in 2019, including the Switch. Underworld Ascendant is, I guess, a first-person action RPG. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's what it is. In fact, it is the sequel to Ultima Underworld, The Stygian Abyss, and Ultima Underworld 2, Labyrinth of Worlds. When I looked it up, because I was surprised, since Ultima's kind of a big name, and this seems like it's being made by a small little company.
Yeah, you're right.
I looked it up, and it turns out that the original designer of the Ultima Underworld games wanted to make another one, and he was working, or he was talking with, I think it's EA that has the rights to it. I can't remember if it was them or not, and that he wants to do another one. And so they gave him the rights to make more Underworld games, but not to use the Ultima name. So that's why this is Underworld Ascendant. So he has the rights to do this, and so they're making Underworld Ascendant, which is the sequel to the Ultima Underworld games.
Excellent. So this is coming in 2019. No specific quarter yet, but we'll figure it out, I guess, as we get closer probably to the end of this year. Hopefully we'll know that. But cool. Underworld Ascendant, guys, coming to the consoles and the Switch. All right. So moving along in the news bites here, we have Death's Gambit coming to the Switch and Xbox One, physically and digitally, in late 2018, early 2019, as well as a physical PS4 release. So it's kind of a hodgepodge, depending what platform you're on here, of how you can get it. But what
well, the thing is, PlayStation 4 already has it digitally, so
they're
getting their physical release alongside the physical and digital release for Switch and Xbox.
Awesome. Okay, thanks for clarifying that. So what kind of game then is Death's Gambit?
Yeah, so this is a 2D action platformer that says it also has deep RPG elements, so that's interesting. And you are playing as someone who works for death.
I do. I don't get paid very well, though, but cool. That sounds pretty interesting. So that's Death's Gambit. All right. We got a bunch more announcements here, guys. So welcome to the podcast. Make sure you like and share if you're just joining us. We do appreciate that. All right. So we're on both YouTube and Facebook dual streaming once again. We appreciate all of your participation, guys. Let's see some more likes and hearts go across the screen. I'm like a little cat here when I see it go across. All right. So let's talk about Button. I couldn't find a single thing because it was just announced, but I couldn't find a single graphic about this. So what is Button? It was just announced for the Switch.
Googling this game for information is hard because searching for Button brings up a lot of things about buttons.
If you switch Button Nintendo, you get Joy-Con buttons and how to fix things, and I don't want that. I want the game.
Yes. But anyway, this is a puzzle platformer. I believe it has co-op modes, local co-op, and I think it's up to 4 players. And when I tried to look it up, I did finally find a page for it. It looks like they were originally calling it Button Bros, but then it seems like they changed the name to Buttons, because it seems like the game pages come up under Button, and then all the descriptions say Button Bros. So I'm not sure why they changed it. Maybe some trouble with someone else having the name. I don't know. But so yes, hopefully we will learn some more about that soon and be able to find information about it more easily.
Yeah, it could be like the Hollow Knight DLC that just released as well, with them changed the name to Godmaster, I think it was, from something else. So yeah, but Button.
I tried Googling Button Bros after that and found some sort of button company. So
wow, just the word button is right. You know, you Google, get like 2 billion results, I'm sure, if not more. So. But that is Button. So we'll let you guys know more about that as we learn more too. So, all right, a game that we definitely have information and graphics about is A Hat in Time, coming to the Switch. Now tell us a story for this. Was it announced and confirmed, or because I saw some things that say it wasn't confirmed or something like that earlier on this week? But tell us more. Samantha.
Okay, so the story with A Hat in Time, and I was a Kickstarter backer for the original release of A Hat in Time, so I've been up to date on things with it. A Hat in Time, originally, when the Kickstarter was going on, people hoped that it would be able to come to the Wii U, and they said, well, they couldn't make any promises, but they'd try. Of course, the Wii U came and went, and then the Switch was out, and so people were saying, what about the Switch? And the developers came out and said, sorry, our game can't come to the Switch. And people said more things like, well, we'd really like to see it on the Switch. And it kind of got a little heated, going back and forth until finally they were just saying things like, no, definitely not coming to the Switch.
Wow.
So it was kind of like a hard no for a while. But then on Monday, they had a special announcement. And during the announcement, they started out just by announcing DLC coming to the PC version. But then at the very end of their announcement, they also said, and Hat in Time is coming to the Switch.
Wow.
So they didn't give a release date or a release window yet, just coming soon. But apparently they changed their minds after originally saying no.
Well, when they gave that no, do you really think they just didn't want to say anything and just said, well, let's just say no for now so they stop asking us? Do you think that's the case possibly?
No, it was so odd. I mean, in that case, I would have expected more of a we'll see or we can't make any promises, but we're trying. But it was really like, no, it's not happening. Like almost causing like sort of bad feelings with fans because of how they responded. So that was odd, but now it's coming.
Well, now fans should be happy for sure, yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. So I just wanted to let everybody know, too, regarding SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. If you're looking to order the special edition on NAS America Online Store, there's less than 25% stock remaining for that, so it's coming out soon. So if you want to get a chance to get the special edition ordered, do so right now. That probably will sell in the next week or two, if not before. But let me actually, I just deleted something I don't want to delete here, so let me move this back into my inbox here. All right, make sure it's there. Ooh, where did it go? I hate that. I deleted something. And there we go. Move to inbox. There we go. Okay, cool. It was an important email. Nothing to do with this podcast, but the email for SNK Heroines is there, and I deleted something else by accident. So, but cool. So a little piece of news there for you regarding SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. All right, so Grandia and Grandia 2. These are, I think, both out for the Saturn. Is that right? Long ago? These are.
Oh, is that what system they were for? It might be. Let me double check quick. Yes, they were, at least Grandia, I think Grandia 2 as well, were originally Saturn games.
So they're getting an HD remaster, right?
Yes, well, Grandia 2 had already gotten an HD remaster for the PC, but now they're remastering the first one as well.
Oh, nice.
And it appears as though these are actually going to be released as a double pack for the Switch. So Grandia and Grandia 2 HD remastered together as a single pack coming this winter. So that's exciting. And these, I don't think we said it there, these are turn-based RPGs.
Very nice. So more good RPGs. Awesome. Very classic. All right, so moving along here, guys, in the News Bites. Thanks for joining us again. We've got a whole bunch more to talk about here. Digital Uppercut has announced that both Valfaris and Unto the End are coming to the Switch, as well as the previously announced platforms. So, 2 games from this company here. And I guess let's talk about Valfaris first. What kind of game is Valfaris?
Yeah, so this is a 2D action platformer that describes itself as a heavy metal space saga.
You can definitely tell it by the graphic I have here. It's like some rock concert or some kind of like weird with skulls and like a huge guns, like a guitar kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. All right, and then Unto the End. That's a little bit different, I guess, right?
Yeah, so Unto the End is from the same developer, but this one is a 2D cinematic combat adventure game.
Ooh, interesting. Very cool. So both of those will be coming to the Switch and the other platforms as well. No dates, though, mentioned?
I don't believe they have any dates mentioned yet.
Okay. So I guess maybe 2019, just guessing. But as we learn
they
more...
were being shown at Gamescom, but I know they haven't announced release dates yet.
Okay, excellent. All right, Brawlhalla is coming to the Switch and the Xbox One on November 6th. So good holiday title here. And if you guessed it, Brawlhalla is what kind of game, Samantha?
Yeah, so this is a platform fighting game with up to 8 players playing either locally or online. And at least the version currently out is free, so we should assume, because they haven't said anything to the contrary, that the Switch version will also be free.
Nice, yeah. As mentioned before in the podcast earlier on, if you have some free-to-play games that play online, you don't have to worry about getting the Switch Online service if you don't want to, because these will still be free-to-play online because they are free-to-play games, so it kind of makes sense. It'd be kind of weird if they're charging you for a game that's free-to-play. So there we go. Moving along in the News Bites, a bigger title here coming to the Switch. We have Saints Row the Third coming to the Switch, and this is probably the better game in the series thus far, I've heard. I haven't played a Saints Row game for a long time, but this has been announced for the Switch. Any other details regarding this title, Samantha?
Nothing in particular. So this is an open world action adventure game. It did prompt lots of people saying, why not the fourth one? Or why not the first one? Like, why start with number 3? But it is a popular one. And I believe they said something about how like the first 2 would be too difficult to port, or like it would be it would require
Maybe
a lot
older
more
engines
work.
or something.
Yeah,
I can see
older
that.
engines and things. Yeah, so they decided to go with the third.
Cool. Yeah, as like I said, I've heard this is probably the better one of the series so far, so I'll take this. And if you guys don't know, this is an open world action adventure game, so looking forward to this on the Switch. Okay, we got your questions this podcast as well, guys, and the time portal, plus a lot more to talk about here. We're still in the news bites, so keep with us here going through all of these. A game that we, I think, reviewed and maybe interviewed as well a while back. Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe has been announced for August 28th, just 5 days away. And what are they adding into the deluxe version of this game, Samantha?
Yes, this is coming with a lot of new features, one of which is the 4th playable character. Because I can't remember if we talked about it during the review or not, that there were 3 characters who were playable, and I was surprised because I thought the Necromancer, Ziggy, I thought he was supposed to be playable as well. Well, he is going to be playable in the new version, and it's also adding local multiplayer. And it's adding, let's see, a survival mode, a free play mode, some more maps, some more challenges. So lots of new features coming to this deluxe edition, but the best part of the announcement, in a way, if you already have Battle Chef Brigade, is that the new content is going to be added as a free update to the current versions.
Very good bonus if you already have the game. Excellent. So that is Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe, again, coming out in 5 days, August 28th. All right, so the first 3 seasons then of The Walking Dead, a Telltale series, is coming to the Switch. Season 1 is planned for August 28th, so that's a pretty popular date for August here. And that goes for $24.99. And again, all of these are coming the first 3 seasons, with Season 1 coming August 28th. All right.
And since Season 4 is already coming, or is already out, I'm not sure when that's...
Yeah, that's right.
That started already, I think, right? So with that coming, it makes sense. I always wondered why, and especially for a series like this, why start with the 4th one? But so they are bringing the first 3 as well.
It's good to see this happening, actually. So very good series. Awesome. All right, so is this Airy or Awry? I was wondering.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would probably say Ari.
Okay, so Ari and the Secret of Seasons has been announced for all major platforms and the Switch for 2019. And what kind of gameplay is this?
So this is an action-adventure game, and the cool thing here is that you have the power to change the seasons. So like, depending on like what season it is will determine certain things you can do. So that should be interesting. Yeah,
that sounds really cool.
There's a trailer there. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, so go to the website, guys. Check out the trailer. Check out the article, NintendoChitChat.com. All right, this is a long news section, but that's cool because it's so much fun to... Was I right then saying this is probably the busiest post-E3 week we've had so far?
It could be, yes. There was one recently that was really busy. I'm not sure if this one is longer than that one.
Pretty close, yeah. I think that probably maybe it was a Smash Direct, or maybe before that. I don't remember exactly,
that
but yeah.
Could be, I don't know.
Yeah, but cool. All right, more news to talk about then. We have the release dates actually to get through now, so we have stuff...
Oh.
Actually,
we have one more announcement.
Ooh, let me refresh then. Did you add it the past couple of hours, or when did
it was a few hours ago.
Oh, I didn't refresh then, so my bad. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I know this company, PlayAsia, is selling physical editions, standard and limited, of what game?
Yeah, so this is RXN Raging, which I believe is one of the many vertical shoot-'em-ups. Yeah. Certainly had a lot of those. So yes, there's going to be an exclusive physical copies being sold by PlayAsia, both the standard edition and limited edition.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw this come across my feed on Twitter too. So the limited edition looks really, really nice. So I may actually pop and get this on PlayAsia. I've ordered from them before. They are pretty reliable too. Used to order a bunch of amiibo from them. They ship pretty fast, and it's pretty reasonable for shipping, overseas. So if you guys are interested in that, do check out PlayAsia, their store online for either edition of that game. All right, and now I guess we can go into the release dates. Is that right?
Yes.
Let's do it. All right, so we have stuff now through all the way into 2019 with some big hitters here too, actually. But let's get into it. So Bad North is out now with a launch trailer also available, which is linked to the news article. If you guys don't know, Bad North is I guess a real-time tactic and roguelite game.
Yes.
Defend your idyllic island kingdom against a horde of Viking invaders. So a Viking theme to this game. That sounds pretty cool to me. Command your loyal subjects to take full tactical advantage of the unique shape of each island. So it's called Bad North, available right now. So go check it out.
And I've seen a couple people report that there is a bad glitch that will erase your game. So you might want to wait a little bit to make sure they get that taken care of. I saw at least 2 people reporting that.
Good to know.
Like, other people report crashes, but they had a crash at just a specific spot that seems that erased their save file.
Yeah, so maybe wait for an update before you get too far into the game. But that is Bad North, guys, so do check it out. Please check out the launch trailer. We have a link to the website. Also available now is Morphy's Law, which we heard about a long time ago, I think, in a Nindies presentation or something, but now it is available.
Yeah, so this was a while ago, and ever since then people have been asking, what happened to Morphy's Law? When is Morphy's Law coming out?
Yeah.
It's available now.
And this is a kind of a weird game, too, so if you want to explain that to everybody here, what is Morphy's Law?
Yeah, so this is a multiplayer shooter, but the weird thing about this one is that as you shoot your opponents, it like changes the size of your limbs based on what you're shooting. So like players who are doing really, really well end up being really big, and I believe players who are doing poorly end up shrinking. So it's kind of odd. It seems like an interesting concept.
Well, I'm going to play this game, guys. Everybody, please shoot me in the crotch. Let's move along now, guys. This is a PG stream, so. But yeah, I remember seeing this trailer a long time ago, and like the game looked really weird, but the mechanics seemed pretty cool. So I think I'll actually check this out. I'm not sure if it has online play at all. I guess it would, but I don't know for sure. Do you know, Samantha?
I think so. Let me double check quick. Should be able to find some information about it.
I did see on social media too. There was some other game that had Morphy's Law like shirt or something on. Did you see that in social? I forget what game it was though. It was like they were kind of cross promoting it or something.
Could be. I know Travis Strikes Again is doing all that stuff. With
the there we go. That's what it was. Yes, it was that actually. Yeah.
And so this says that the online will be free until the online service launches in September. So
okay, so there is online modes. Yeah. Cool. So I'll definitely actually check this out. I'm kind of a fan of shooters, so and the mechanics sounds pretty interesting too. So I'll check this out maybe tonight and download it and play it maybe over the weekend and stream it maybe next week. So that is Morphy's Law. Okay. Shikondo Soul Eater is available on August 30th. It's about a week away. And what is Shikondo Soul Eater? What kind of gameplay is this?
Yeah, so this one is a bullet hell shoot 'em up. So lots of shoot 'em ups like we've discussed in the past. And so this has a bunch of different modes: arcade mode. There's a boss rush. There's some local co-op. So yes, there's going to be online leaderboards. And so this has an Asian mythology theme, according to the description.
Excellent. And September 13th brings us what?
So September 13th is Senran Kagura Reflections, which we've discussed in the past. It will be $9.99, and if you remember from the Japanese release, this is the one where more characters were added over time as DLC for the same price. Right. Yep. So the second character, because you have the first character in the base game, but then the second character, Yumi, will be available at launch, also for $9.99, with the other characters coming later.
Excellent. All right, and then September 20th brings us The Gardens Between. And The Gardens Between is, I guess, a puzzle adventure type game. It says it follows the best friends, Arena and Frent, as they fall into a mysterious world of beautiful garden islands. Your job is to manipulate time to solve puzzles and discover the secrets of each island. And that is called The Gardens Between, coming September 20th. All right, so pretty big game here, I think. Especially for me, I guess, like online games. So we have September bringing us Arena of Valor, new trailer available. And what kind of gameplay is Arena of Valor?
So this is an online multiplayer game. It's a MOBA, I believe.
Yeah.
And so yes, so this one was this a mobile game originally? I can't remember now.
I don't remember either. But if you check that out, yeah, look up that actually, and it looks like it's 5v5 multiplayer. So, and this actually, you bring a bunch of superheroes together, I think, too. Hey,
Yes,
JKW. Sorry, JKW just sponsored. He is just a member of the Rated E Club on YouTube. So congratulations, JKW. Everyone give him a big thanks in YouTube chat and Facebook. He is now a member of the Rated E Club. JKW, Laggy Raccoon. So go ahead, Samantha.
Yes, so this game has a whole bunch of different heroes that you can play as, and this includes characters like Batman for some reason.
Yeah, I just saw that. I'm like, oh, interesting. So there's some licensed characters in this game, not just like generic characters. So this is actually pretty cool to me. So again, this is a MOBA. This is 5v5 online, Arena of Valor. And looking for JKW here so I can actually give him his Rated E Club on. I'm not sure if he's on. Are you on Discord right now, JKW? If you are, sign on so I can give you your Rated E Club role. But anyway, let's move along, Samantha. We have some more release dates to talk about. We have the Sega Ages, actually. We have finally Phantasy Star getting a date for September. And this is for Japan. We've been waiting for this, and there you go, guys. So Japan is getting Phantasy Star for the Sega Ages. And that is for Japan. All right, so October 18th brings us Siberia 3. And didn't Europe or Japan already get the other first two, or first one or second? I forget. I recall seeing Siberia before. Yeah.
Yeah, I think both of them, Siberia and Siberia 2, are out on the Switch.
But they didn't come to North America, I don't think.
Sure, they did.
They did? Oh wow, okay. Didn't even know that. Wow, where have I been? You know what? They didn't get a physical release. That's what it was. They got one only in Europe.
They did. Oh.
Yeah, that's why. See, I miss games that are only in the eShop sometimes. And you know what I was going to do too? Now I remember. I actually had it in my watch list or whatever on Amazon because I wanted to get it, but it was only imported through the UK and it never came to North America, so that's why I didn't get it. But thanks, JKW, for the Super Chat as well. I appreciate that very much. We have the £2 through Super Chat. You are awesome, JKW. Thanks for that, and thanks for becoming a member of the Rated E Club. So, all right, guys, so October 18th is Siberia 3. If you guys don't know, Siberia 3 is an adventure game, all in very cold, wintry type atmospheres, I guess, given the name Siberia. Or is it desert?
No, I think it's, well, actually, this looks like it's going to have a different,
yeah, it might,
like a few different locations.
Okay. Very cool. All right, so as I'm watching chat here, let's go to the next one. So here is Windjammers, the original. This comes to us October 23rd, so a couple of months on the spot there for the first Windjammers. All right, and then Autumn brings us which game, Samantha?
So this is Moonlighter, which we've talked about a few times in the past. So this is the action RPG where you play as a shopkeeper, and then at night you go around adventuring.
Yeah, I do recall talking about this. So again, autumn, no specific date yet, but the fall. All right, and then Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom finally graces the Switch here on November 6th. So a good holiday title for this game. Moving along, we have a game called Streets of Rogue. I did a double take. I thought I said Streets of Rage at first. But Streets of Rogue coming to the Switch here in winter. And I guess this is kind of a hacking, slashing game.
Yes, it's also a roguelite.
Lots of those. Yeah, so it says fight, sneak, and hack your way through randomly generated cities. It's like Nuclear Throne meets Deus Ex mixed with Anarchy of GTA. That sounds pretty cool. And that is Streets of Rogue. Pretty cool art style as well. Okay, moving along to February 12th into winter of 2019, we have Trials Rising. A beta announcement also with a trailer link to that, so check out that for the beta, guys. We did some gameplay of Trials Underground.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I just thought I got the order mixed up. I thought we were talking about the next one.
Okay,
next.
No problem. That's okay, no problem. Yes, I just mentioned we did Trials Underground here, and this new game is Trials Rising. Pretty much a dirt bike game where you have to kind of platform and do different stunts for all kinds of challenges, time challenges, things like that, for more points. All right, so Children's of Morta is what kind of game?
So this is a story-driven hack-and-slash roguelike. We've certainly got a lot of those.
Lots of those, yeah. And this is coming, I guess, for the Switch in early 2019, is that right?
Right.
Because the graphic I have here says 2018, but this is, of course, for PS4, Steam, Xbox One. So keep in mind, guys, the Switch version will be early 2019 for this game, Children of Morta. All right, so a couple more here to finish up our release dates. We have Spring 2019 bringing us a physical edition of Hollow Knight. Nice. Do we know who's bringing out that physical edition? Which company it is?
Let me double check quick.
I'm just curious.
Because I believe it was probably announced. So let me see. But I think they had talked about it previously. You know.
If you can't find it, no problem. I'm just curious.
Okay, Skybound Games.
Okay, I never even heard of Skybound Games. Interesting. I thought it might be like limited run or something, or signature edition, but it's Skybound. Okay, never heard of Skybound, but hopefully they do a good job with this. But cool. So Hollow Knight's getting a physical edition. I'm gonna actually pick that up then, and that'll be for spring of next year. All right, and then we're getting a port of Terraria finally for the Switch in 2019 as well. And this has been probably overdue because I think all of the other platforms have. I think the Wii U, 3DS as well had this. So finally the Switch gets Terraria as well. Pretty cool game. But a delay to announce also for you guys. Is this the have delays before for this game or not? I don't recall.
I don't I don't know if it was actually delayed before or not. I don't think so.
Maybe it was just the platform switch from the Wii U or something like that.
Platform switch, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. But we have the delay of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, so it'll be coming out sometime in 2019 then for the Switch. All right. So that wraps up the release dates, guys. We got trailers and details to go through here, updates and DLC, and Nintendo 3DS news too. Actually, let's take a quick break here. We'll regroup with all of you in chat on YouTube and Facebook, and Samantha here after the break. So hang tight, guys. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast with your hosts, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard. We'll be right back after the short break. Grab the audio version of the Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast on iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud, or Player FM. You're listening to the Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast with your host, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard.
Oh, wow, cool. All right, guys, welcome back. Yeah, we got a member of the Rated E Club now. So when you sponsor on YouTube, or eventually support us through Facebook, through the similar program of sponsorships, you'll become a member of the Rated E Club, getting access to our special role on Discord. We're doing certain things with you guys, allowing you to get into community streams first, in front of the lines of regular subscribers, or even in front of those who are in the Spotlight Hall of Fame group even too. So we appreciate that, JKW, so welcome to the Rated E Club. And let's move along here, guys. Trailers and details. Welcome back, Samantha. Pretty fun podcast so far. Lots to talk about. Yes. And lots to go, actually, too. So let's move along here. Let me find my little notes here. All right. So going through trailers and details here, we have a new Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee trailer. And what does the new trailer show, Samantha, for this game?
So this just shows a couple more of the Mega Evolutions. Nothing particularly new, but showing more of the Mega Evolutions in the Let's Go games.
Okay, so a slow drip of some little updates and tidbits here as we get closer to the release of these two games. All right, now we have a new trailer also available for My Hero 1's Justice. And I guess this is a character trailer, is that right?
Yeah, so this is based on My Hero Academia. I'm not sure why they changed the name for the localization of the game, but yeah, so this trailer introduces all of the characters, because quite a few of the characters will be playable, and so I think there were some separate videos or maybe just highlights about them before, but now there's one trailer that shows all the characters.
Excellent. All right, so check out those trailers, guys. Everything is linked here in the news article as well at NintendoChitChat.com. Samantha does a great job organizing it every week for you. And I just fixed your role in Discord, JKW, so you can show off that you are in the Rated E Club, the specific role on Discord. If you want to join our Discord too, if you're not in Discord yet, guys, invite link is below. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, click on the invite link and join us in Discord. All right. Valkyria Chronicles 4, another trailer for the game, introduces some new features. Anything of note regarding the new features in the game, Samantha?
No, I don't think it's anything in particular that we haven't discussed in the past. I think the main purpose of this is just like highlight some of the things that weren't in the previous Valkyria Chronicle games. So things like the ship orders and the new class, things like that. So with the demo out, you're probably already familiar with those things.
Okay, sort of like an overview then of some of the newer features for the title. Excellent. All right, the first trailer is also out now for Sumiko Garashi at Sumiko Town. Say that 20 times fast. What kind of game? What kind of game is this?
Yes, this is a town building game. I think we've talked about it previously. Only announced for Japan so far, but some people are hoping that it might be localized. It's coming out in October in Japan.
I really like the art style of this game. I looked up some images and I grabbed one for the
very
podcast.
Sort of cute, unique looking game.
Kind of has like the very like light kind of pastel type colors too, and the little towns look really neat. So yeah. Really interesting to me. What do you think, guys, in chat? Looks pretty cute. All right, so we have the first trailer out now for The Missing JJ, Macfield, and the Island of Memories. So check out that trailer. And if you want to refresh us, what is this game as well, Samantha?
Yeah, so this one is, I believe we talked about last week, didn't we?
I believe so, yeah.
And so this one, the new trailer shows... Sorry, you cut out there. Did you say the name yet or not?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, sorry. I'm not sure if it's my Wi-Fi and Discord like going in and out or something, but go ahead. It's really weird. I think you're cutting out too a little bit. Are you there now?
Yes, I'm here now.
Okay, so we'll try it one more time. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Discord's being really weird today. But go ahead. Tell us what kind of gameplay is this?
Yeah, so this one appears to be sort of a 2D action-adventure game.
Okay.
Some puzzles.
Excellent. All right, yeah, Discord's really weird. I see the green ring around you when you're talking, but I don't hear you. And you probably see the same thing from me or something, which is really odd. It's like a delay or something. Actually, let me just do this really quick on Discord. I'm like a DJ here, so I'll do that. And then I'll do that. And now she can hear me again. I reconnected to Discord. Okay.
All right.
Cool. So we're back. All right. So we got a new Starlink Battle for Atlas trailer, which again is going to be featuring some cool toys and Fox McCloud. But we have a new trailer showing some different worlds as well. Anything of note regarding the new trailer, Samantha, for the game?
No, it's really just showing you flying around the different worlds and what they look like. I believe there's 7 of them.
Oh, wow. Not bad. All right, 7 worlds sounds pretty fun. I'm looking forward to this. I actually have the toys and everything pre-ordered, the special little edition, so pretty hyped for this. Let's go on next. We have a new trailer available for Daemon X Machina, as well as gameplay footage from Gamescom. So I guess we can see the newer build from E3 with some new gameplay footage. Anything of note for this?
Not really, but it's about 30 minutes of gameplay footage. I'm not sure if they're playing for the entire time. I think there's some time when they're talking to it, but still, it's a pretty good look at the game. If you liked what you saw when they announced it, now you can see more of it being played.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll take a look at that when I get a chance to. All right, we also have the first trailer out now for Black Sad Under the Skin. I think we mentioned this last week or the week before.
I think it might have been a few weeks ago, yeah. So this is the... I believe it's like a mystery, sort of, but the main character is an anthropomorphic cat.
Yes, it's a pretty weird character.
All the characters are anthropomorphic animals. It really gave the trailer sort of an odd tone.
I bet. Yeah, the image I have up here is kind of freaky with him wearing a tie and a trench coat. It's like some weird like Snapchat filter on this human or something. I don't know, but... But moving along, we have a new Labyrinth of Refrain Covenant Dusk trailer, and it uses a puppet show to discuss the story. I didn't see this, so explain a little bit more about what the trailer showed as a puppet show.
Yes, so this is an odd trailer because the game is a dungeon RPG, but the trailer doesn't show anything of that. Instead, it's just sort of like gives this little puppet show where it's talking about, you know, a curse and demons and things like that. I guess are sort of setting up the world and lore of the story, but it's an odd trailer.
Actually, I'll take a look at this just for some laughs, I think, and some giggles. But yeah, Puppet Show is kind of showing or explaining more about this game then coming to the Switch. All right, we also got a new trailer then for RPG Maker MV. Again, I've been pretty busy this week, so I didn't really check out many of the trailers here, Samantha. So if you got a chance to, anything in this trailer that showed any kind of special things or anything of note or importance?
I don't know. I think it's just a basic overview trailer showing what the RPG Maker style is and how it works and how you can choose different things.
Okay. I think the big thing we mentioned previously on the podcast was this actually has some cross-play in a sense, so you can share data with users on the Xbox One, which is really nice. So I'm sure you'll be able to play others' games from there and also maybe share assets or something too. So looking forward to this on the Switch and the cross-platform capabilities between that and Xbox users. All right, so moving away from RPG Maker MV, we got Deathmark getting a limited edition in North America. And what is Deathmark again?
Yeah, so Deathmark, I think we probably discussed it previously. This is a horror visual novel, although I believe it might have some adventure game elements as well. And so, yes, we knew that it was coming, although I don't believe there's been a release date yet, only a placeholder so far. Yes, it's also going to include a limited edition that, in addition coming to the game, comes with a 96-page full-color art book, a soundtrack CD, and a temporary tattoo sheet, as well as a slipcase that everything is contained in.
Very nice. All right, we got some other cool announcements here, too. We have some older games here, Langrisser 1 and 2. They're being fully remade for both the Switch and the PS4. And are these RPGs as well, from what I recall?
Yeah, so these are tactical RPGs.
Okay. Excellent. And how old are these games? Are they? What were they on? Do you remember?
Yeah, I'm trying to check on that now. Okay, so the first one was released for the Genesis and PC.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In looks like 1991.
Ooh, they're really old. Wow. Okay. Jeez. I remember hearing the name. I never played them before though, but I didn't realize they were that old. So I actually had a Genesis too, but very cool. So we're getting fully remade.
The second one looks like it was a Mega Drive game, and it was eventually remade for the Super Nintendo. So that was 1994. So yeah, so pretty old ones here that are getting remade.
It's kind of interesting they're getting fully remade. It's not just ported, but actually remade. Remade makes it sound like they're getting an entirely, a new treatment here of some new graphics and everything.
They said fully remade. They're redoing the graphics. They're redoing the systems. They're going to be optimizing them. They're going to have completely new character designs. They're going to be adding voice acting. So yeah, so it's not just a port here.
Did it end at Langrisser 2, or was there anything after that?
I think so. I think it went for a while. Let me check on the series here, see how many. Was there the remakes? Okay, it went all the way up to the main series, at least, Langrisser 5 in 1998. And I think since then, I think it was just remakes and things. Okay, there was some sort of 2015 spin-off, I think, for the 3DS.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can't recall. I think I actually have it. I think it wasn't very good either.
Yes,
if it's the one I'm thinking of.
A lot of ones that weren't necessarily part of the main series.
Okay. What was the spin-off one for the 3DS? You have the title there at all about it? Or Langrisser
Reincarnation Tensei?
Okay. Yeah, I think I have that. I don't think it was very good. Yeah, look. Don't go to Metacritic. You get like a 35% rate on that game. Wow. Whew. Rough. Yeah, I recall that being really bad. But anyway, that's cool though. So that's a pretty old series then, but both the first one and the second one are getting remade entirely for both the Switch and PS4. Very cool. Some history from those games there being from 1991 and on. So, all right, moving along, guys. Super Cane Magic Zero, a really cool title here, is coming to the Switch and PS4 in addition to the PC later this year. I'm not familiar with this one, so Samantha, what is Super Cane Magic Zero? Pretty interesting graphic here too.
Yes, so this is an action RPG, and it's supposed to be a comedy. So looks like it's sort of got a silly, lighthearted tone to it. It's also got local co-op for the story, so that's interesting. Looks like it's got procedurally generated dungeons and lots of sort of odd things. For some reason, it keeps emphasizing that you can eat things, like eating bombs and killing vegetables. So I don't know.
Bad vegetable. Bad vegetable. Yeah, this is like looks like a pretty cute art style too with this dog in the graphic here. So Super Cane Magic Zero, interesting title as well. So keep your eyes out for that. All right, we also have some new details regarding SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. A new trailer shows Athena and Psycho Soldier for that. That's cool. And then also we have Nintendo revealing a new mode for Super Mario Party, which should be a pretty big hit this holiday season. And what's the new mode, Samantha?
Yeah, so this is called River Survival. And so the basic idea here is that it is a 4-player co-op mode where you're on a raft going downstream and you're trying to avoid obstacles and you have to do mini games. And so you're trying to work together to survive.
All right, yeah. For some reason, like people in YouTube comments are talking about weird things. I have no idea. So stay on topic in YouTube chat, guys. Otherwise, I'll just close out of the chat and not even bother looking at it anymore. But pretty weird chat. Okay, guys, keep it on topic. Let's talk about games and not about Grape Boys, whatever you're talking about there, Fernando. Before we ban you from the channel for weird chat. Okay. So, and then also a new trailer. We mentioned Work Times Work, I think, a few weeks back. New trailer out now for the game, so check that out.
I think we got sidetracked with My Hero Academia. I think that's what they're talking about.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Everybody's like, I don't have no idea either, yeah. But so stay on topic, guys, at least with what we're talking about here as we talk about it, not like 20 minutes ago. Okay, so updates in DLC. Just a couple things regarding updates in DLC. Mario Tennis Ace is continuing its character roster here, adding in Diddy Kong to Mario Tennis Aces in September. So just a few weeks away, or maybe a week and a half, depending when they actually release it. But if you play,
but that's only if you play the in-game tournament.
In-game tournament, right?
If you don't, then you have to wait until October. So that's kind of like an interesting strategy to go with there.
Yeah,
play in the tournament if you want the character early.
Yeah, I guess it increases the player count in the tournament, so that's kind of cool. Like you said, so if not, you can wait till October then, which isn't too far away either, about a month and a half away. So, but that's for Diddy Kong. Should be a pretty fun character. Here with some trick shots, I think, if I recall correctly. All right, and then new Brawl Out trailer shows Yuka and Lele, which of course is basically one character, right, Samantha?
Yes, and we talked about them either last week or the week before when they were announced for Brawl Out. So now you can see in the trailer how they'll play.
Excellent. So cool. All right, so they've been added to Brawl Out. I think a pretty cool addition for that roster. Kind of fun. All right, so we have just one more piece of news here to wrap things up for this section, guys. It's been an hour, so thanks for hanging out with us. Long, but fun. Lots of things to talk about because it was a pretty busy week with the Nindies and stuff like that. So, but let's kick things off here with Nintendo 3DS stuff. Just one thing to talk about regarding Luigi's Mansion. Excuse me. October 12th for North America, and about a week later than in Europe, October 19th. So we're getting it for Halloween. Just in time for that season. That's pretty good. And it goes for $39.99. So there you go, guys. Luigi's Mansion coming to North America October 12th and Europe a week later on the 19th. So looking forward to that. All right, and I think that wraps up this section, right, Samantha?
Yes.
Cool. All right, so we'll reconnect with you after a short break. We'll come back with all of you in chat. We got your questions, the time portal, and the player spotlight. So hang out, guys. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast with your hosts, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard. We'll be right back after the short break. Grab the audio version of the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast on iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud, or Player FM. Visit our website at NintendoChitChat.com and catch up on everything Nintendo. You're listening to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast with your host, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard.
All right, guys, welcome back. So we are off of the news bites, finally getting through all of that news. Do check out the article on NintendoChitChat.com to find all the details and links to the articles and the trailers as well. Check them out for yourself. But we got some questions from you guys. If you want to submit a question for the podcast, pretty easy. I appreciate all the questions that come through. Email us, NintendoChitChat@gmail.com. Of course, you can also go to Discord. Probably the easier thing to do, and hashtag NCC-podcast. The more you ask, the better, because we can choose a few per podcast and have some for next week, too, if you guys aren't around for a while. So, all right, Samantha, did you see the questions earlier that I posted in the doc?
Yes, I did.
Cool. So you have an idea of what to expect then. I don't like kind of giving you surprise questions here. So got a few good ones here. So JKW, who just became a Rated E Club member, asked, do you think Nintendo will continue the Galaxy series? Pretty interesting, because we have, of course, Super Mario Odyssey. I think so. I see them maybe wanting to finish that as a trilogy. And, of course, Odyssey took more of a role, I think, being a virtual successor, I guess, to like Super Mario 64. So I would definitely see them kind of going back to the Galaxy series here, probably with some remasters of the first two in preparation to do the third. So yeah, I definitely see them doing this at some point, maybe in the next year or two. What do you think, Samantha?
Yeah, I think it's more likely that first they might do some sort of Odyssey 2, with that similar sort of gameplay in different kingdoms and things like that. But then after that, I could see them maybe, especially since they did kind of distinguish them in that sense, that even though Super Mario Galaxy was the 3D platformer, it was kind of separate, not in the same exact sort of style as 64, Sunshine, and Odyssey. So I could see them going back to it, or maybe like just like a similar style, a similar successor in that vein eventually.
Excellent. Yeah, I agree with you as well. And a lot of guys in chat were saying, too, they'll probably get a Super Mario Odyssey 2 first. I could see that, but I think eventually we'll get the third Galaxy game just to finish off. If nothing more, just to have 3 Galaxy games. But yeah, for sure. All right, good question. Thanks, JKW, for that. Moving along, let's go to the next one here. Got to get my little cursor there. We have Demetrius asking, what do you think of WarioWare Gold? You don't have this, do you, Samantha?
No, I don't.
Okay. But I do. Of course, I played a little bit of it. Ralph has played more than I have, but I do want to play more. But it's a great game. If you like quirky style, fast-paced, little micro-type games, it's very fun. You can play in little quick bits for 15-20 minutes and have fun, or play for an hour or two straight, too, as well. So yeah, I think it's a good investment if you have a 3DS. Lots of fun to be had. Again, very interesting characters too, and the gameplay is just addicting. You can kind of go back and try to better your scores and times, and it's just a lot of fun. There's tons of games that are new, and also old ones too are mixed in, so it's a good mix of games for WarioWare Gold. All right, so Samantha, any comments regarding this question at all?
Not in particular, since I've never played the WarioWare games. They aren't really my sort of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so thanks for the question, Demetrius. And I think Golden, or no, me. I asked a question here. I added my question because I think it was kind of important to talk about here, because regarding some news regarding Diablo 3. So I'll ask the questions in chat too. What's your opinion on the Nintendo Switch Online app, specifically for voice chat? And I used it once and never used it again. When it first released, there were some big issues with it would disconnect if your screen went dim. It would eat through your battery. But it did release then some updates to it, so it could run in the background, and it's much better now. But right now, it only supports Splatoon 2. I think it will support Smash Bros. Ultimate. And interesting enough, it's going to be supporting Diablo 3. But it's just a weird thing because, as we know, Fortnite doesn't use the app at all. It just uses the Switch. You plug your headphones and mic into the Switch, and it works right away out of the gate. People were saying that maybe the reason for that is because Epic Games, who made Fortnite, were kind of twisting Nintendo's arms a little bit, saying, hey, this is the biggest game out there. You know, voice chat is really needed. It should be easy if we could just do it this way. And so maybe I said, sure, you can do it. But as of now, no other games do what Fortnite is doing. Hopefully it goes to the system. But what do you think of this Switch Online app, Samantha? It's really, as of right now, it's bare bones.
Yes, well, I'm not much of a multiplayer person, so it doesn't really affect me specifically. But if it did, like my Wi-Fi is not great where I am right now. So if I was going to use an app that needed to connect wirelessly, I'd have to move to a different room, maybe to a completely different floor to get a connection. So like having a separate app just doesn't seem like it would be a solution that would work for me very well. Whereas using something through the system, if I get the system online, then I could use the chat through that just like that.
Yeah, I agree.
But it seems like they're committed to this idea for some reason, and I don't quite understand why.
Yeah, and they haven't done much with it. I mean, Mario Kart 8 should have been added in as an option because Splatoon 2 is there. There's some other online games. It doesn't really make sense at all. I mean, there's a pretty cool little feature where you're in a party and it connects your party automatically in the game, but they're kind of reinventing the wheel here when you already have Skype or Discord and things like that, even TeamSpeak, which is kind of older though. But Discord, I think, is the front runner right now in these kind of apps. But then again, Fortnite coming in there and saying, hey, it's through the system, it works fine, and it does. So it's kind of a weird thing. I thought this app might go by the wayside, but with them doing the online service, and I think adding Smash to this, and now we know Diablo 3 is going to be running through it too, it's just an oddball situation entirely. So, but I just use Discord for sure. But I wanted to create some conversation with you guys in chat, so let me know what you think of this. Do you use the app at all? Have you used it? Again, I haven't touched it since the first week or two, even after the updates where it could run in the background and it wasn't eating battery. But again, I just use Discord. It's much easier to use Discord. But there you go. So thanks for the questions. We have a bunch of questions from Golden, Laggy, Demetrius, and others too. We'll probably use some of those for next week. So, but keep asking away as you see some news come in or things come into your head. Just post them in the podcast section or channel on Discord, or email us at NintendoChitChat@gmail.com, and we may be using your questions in a future episode. So thanks very much for that. All right. So without further ado, let's go to the player spotlight of the week. And drum roll, you guys all know him by a couple different names, but mostly by Golden or Golden Hawk. And Golden, I thought he was a member before, but he wasn't. I checked. I'm like, wow, he deserves it for sure. So congratulate Golden, guys. I'm not sure if he's here right now, so go into Discord, do tag him, and say congratulations, Golden, because Golden always is popping into Discord, saying hello, asking how we're doing, popping into streams, playing with us, or just saying, hey, what's going on? So we always appreciate that kind of support. Very, very much. He also asked questions, too, for the podcast. So congratulations, Golden. You are now a Hall of Fame Player Spotlight member of the week. All right, so awesome. I'll be tagging you in a little bit on Discord if you're listening, Golden. All right, and also updating your role, too. All right, Samantha, so what time portal issue are we at? 29, is that right?
Yep, 29.
Awesome. We got some big ones here, I think, too. If you're a fan of Metroid. I shouldn't have. I spoiled it already, didn't I? But let's go to a 3DS game, actually. This game, I think, sold pretty well. It wasn't... I think when it first came out, people were like, oh, what's this game? But it is pretty fun to play. And this is New Super Mario Bros. 2. And what is the date for this one, Samantha?
Yeah, so this was... came to North America on August 19th, 2012. This was for the 3DS. Of course, it was following New Super Mario Bros., which already had New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but this was New Super Mario Bros. 2 because that's not confusing at all. And so this one was the sort of traditional platforming, but also really emphasizing collecting coins, so you were trying to collect as many coins as possible.
Yeah, I do recall. I think this game has some DLC as well to it, if I recall correctly. One of the earlier games to have DLC on the 3DS, I think, if I recall correctly. But yeah, I played a bit of this. The levels are pretty fun. It was pretty fun collecting a bunch of coins, and so yeah, pretty cool title for the 3DS. Still sells, but that is the first one in the time portal. Moving along then to August 22nd, we have a question here. It says, The Legend of Zelda comes to North America, probably. So Samantha, explain this to our viewers.
Yeah, so this is the original Legend of Zelda we're talking about, and this definitely came to North America in 1987. But depending on where you look, which source you check, some say it came out on August 22nd, 1987. Others say it came out sometime in July 1987.
Interesting.
So if anyone is out there who remembers getting The Legend of Zelda in 1987, let us know. Was it in July or August?
I was alive. I didn't have a Nintendo that early, though. I didn't get one until like 89, I think. I think I was like 9 years old, so yeah, probably 89. So I don't recall at all. But interesting to pose that question. So if anybody knows for sure, let us know. Interesting with these different sources. But cool. So either July or August 22nd. Okay. Now, a pretty big series here, which we haven't seen for some time. I'll talk more about that in a little bit here. We have GoldenEye 007 releasing. We have two dates here, August 23rd and August 25th. And this is for the Nintendo 64 and dating back to what year, Samantha?
Yeah, so this was August 25th, 1997, that it came out in most regions, so that's the main date that you'll see. But after looking around, it seems as though it also came out in Japan on August 23rd. So we've got the two dates there, and of course this was a huge success, and today people still look back on it as one of the great first-person shooters that really helped innovate the genre.
Yeah, I was just looking back. I know the Wii U had gotten a 007 game. I think it was Legends, which was a multi-platform game, and that game was pretty much terrible. I think that came out through Activision, and I think Activision has since, they don't have the trademark anymore. I'm not sure who does. So that's why we haven't seen a 007 game for some time. I'm not quite sure if they still have it. I don't think they do, from what I recall looking back a couple of years ago. But if they do, nothing's been done with the series so far, so hopefully it comes out again at some point with a new game, a new series, 007 attached to it, and hopefully the game is good, because Legends was not very good, even from the other platforms. It wasn't just the Wii U version, just the game in general wasn't very good at all. So, but that is GoldenEye. I played a lot of this on the N64, and bringing back memories of Rumble Pack. That's pretty cool. All right, guys. Yeah, Yoshi Plays on Facebook says about Fortnite voice chat. Maybe you don't want to use voice chat in Fortnite because people don't want to hear about about Power Rangers from a 5-year-old, which is really true. It actually happened to me, and I wasn't sure. I thought it was through Discord at first because we were talking with some members during gameplay last week, and I'm like, oh. We figured out it was through the game. Some 5-year-old was talking about Power Rangers as we're playing Fortnite. And I'm like, where are this kid's parents? And why is he talking about Power Rangers? And who's he talking to? Because he couldn't hear me. He couldn't hear our party. We were all muted and everything like that. So it was kind of him just talking by himself to dead air, but it was on our live stream. So look back to a few streams ago, guys, and you can hear him talking about Power Rangers in Fortnite. All right. To end things here in the time portal, Samantha, we have a pretty big trilogy here, and I kind of spoiled it earlier, but go ahead and tell us again what it is.
Yeah, so this is the Metroid Prime trilogy, because of course the 3 games were released separately, but then they released it together in a compilation for the Wii on August 24th, 2009. And so this updated the first 2 games with some of the new features that had come out for the third one. And what I found interesting is that the Metroid Prime trilogy as a single collection was only released in the West, because in Japan they just got the updated versions as separate standalone games.
Wow, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. And I think, wasn't it like GameStop or something just handling the physical copies of it or something that I recall? Because I kind of recall getting the trilogy and also Xenoblade Chronicles from the Wii as well near the same time. And I think at that point, at some time GameStop was actually paying to help or paying for some of the manufacturing costs for some of these reprints for some of the older Wii titles, and that's where I had gotten mine. So but yeah, very cool information regarding the Metroid Prime trilogy. And good to see Golden just pop into chat, so I guess Discord did its trick. You guys all tagged him there. So congratulations again, Golden, for the player spotlight. Oh, as wrap things up here, Samantha, great job on the time portal and the entire news article as well. Do you want to plug anything at all, or talk about anything else, or discuss anything?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything in particular this time.
Okay. Well, great job. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you then. We'll be here either next Thursday or Friday. I'm not quite sure, but I'll let you know at the beginning of the week.
All right. Have a good week.
All right, you too. Everybody wish her a great weekend. Take care, Samantha. And thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to Anita and Fluffy, Rabbit, Golden, Simon, Yoshi, Sagan, JKW, the Rated E Club member, the Super Chat donator, to Golden Fernando. All of you guys, thanks for watching. I'm Eddy Ray. We'll see you guys back here again next week with our next podcast. Take care, everybody. See you next time.
Support this podcast by blasting that like button, sharing the stream, and subscribing right now. Visit our website at NintendoChitChat.com and catch up on everything Nintendo.